So, a necessary exit from the business might be, and particularly dismissal would be for conduct, capability, or some other substantial reason. So as you can see, performance management, performance issues are directly linked to capability. So when you instigate a performance improvement plan, your clear definition of where this could go needs to identify that not a likely outcome, but a possible outcome could be exiting through capability, or could be leading to disciplinary sort of related action, formal procedural action, might be probably what you refer to it as. So in managing performance, in conducting performance management and performance improvement plans relating to capability, you will be constantly assessing whether that's going to be a likely outcome. If somebody gets to the point where, you know, as I say, it's clear that there's a capability issue because the performance improvement plan hasn't achieved anything, you'd be looking to have a conversation with somebody about that capability issue and have an open discussion with them about where they feel their future is with the business or within that role. You're well equipped to have that conversation, having had a performance review meetings and having had a performance improvement plan and set objectives and provided support and coaching and guidance in any of the training that's required. You're well within your right to then begin having this discussion. And it may well be that individual says to you, look, tell you what, the role when I came on board, it was great, it was fine, I was achieving what I needed to achieve. They might say I was raring to go and with it, but you know what, I've just lost my touch. I've lost my mojo. I've not kept up with the IT implementations. I'm not familiar with technology these days, and I just don't know what's going on. I'm not capable of doing this role anymore. Is there anything else I can do? And at that point, I mean, that's an ideal case scenario. The individual would identify themselves where they're falling down and where they'd like to go, but it's not unheard of. And I have experience where somebody can clearly see that it's just not happening for them and that they'd like us to consider something else in the business. And again, ideally, we would have another option for somebody to move into. It's not about creating a new role for that person. It's not about having a backhanded recruitment process to help them. They still need to go through the necessary hoops to be put into the correct role. But absolutely, demotion may be an option for them, or sidestep into a more appropriate, achievable role for them. So that is definitely a necessary and definitely a likely outcome for any performance improvement plan that doesn't go where we need it to go. If we got to a point where we weren't able to, or they weren't able to identify that demotion or sidestep is an option for them, we're still coming up against, you know, issues where they just don't understand where their gaps are, progress can't be made. We may be looking to have a capability process that might end up with termination of contract. That isn't, you know, that as long as a process is completed fully, that would be fine. That would be, you know, a process that's well expected within this sort of situation.